Hey everyone, welcome to our daily devotions. I wanted to remind all of you today is Wednesday, which means our church and multiple other churches are banding together to fast and to pray for healing and repentance in our land. If you want to join us in that, we would love to have you. And now, for this morning, we are in day 3 of our prayer book that we started on Easter. And as I was reading through day 3, something that really stood out to me was this verse that always has just really caught my attention and really kind of just been amazing to me. And it's John chapter 5, verse 19. It says this: Jesus gave them this answer: "Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son does also." And it just blows my mind to think that Jesus never did anything on his own accord or out of his own desires. The whole time he was living just out of whatever it was that he felt the Father was calling him to do in that moment. All the things he said, all the people he contacted, it was just doing whatever it was that the Father was calling him to do. And that just blows my mind to think about that. And I have so much to learn from that. And I'm assuming you guys might be in the same boat. But I know for me, a lot of times something comes up or something comes across my path, and my first thing is I try to figure out what I think I should do about it, how I think I should solve it, how I think I should handle it, what I think the outcomes might be. Whatever it is, I just think about what I think I should do, and I forget that the first thing I should be doing every time is just asking God, asking the Father, what is it that you would have me do in this situation? What do you want me to say? How do you want me to handle it? What is my next step? And I think it's hard for all of us because we know as Christians that we're supposed to try to live more like Jesus, but often we try to live more like Jesus by trying harder with our own effort. I know for me, I come across passages like, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain, and actually I don't even have to go on, just do nothing out of selfish ambition. And I set out to do that and I try really hard, and usually very quickly I fail and I become discouraged with it. And I just realized, man, I just feel like I can't do what Jesus did. But the piece that I forget that is so important is what Jesus did is that he prayed all the time and he was in constant communication with his Father, and he simply did what he felt his Father was calling him to do. Jesus didn't set out to be the most holy person he could possibly be. He simply just did whatever the Father was calling him to do. And I know for me, I have so much to learn from that. To just take every moment and say, instead of, okay, how do I try harder or how do I be better? Just simply to say, okay, what is it that God would have me do in this situation? So for all of us, my challenge is this: pick one or two things today. Whether it's when you're writing an email, whether it's a Zoom conversation you're going to be having, whether it's when a family member walks into the room or whatever it is, simply just come into that situation in the entire time. Be asking God, God, would you guide me and tell me what you want me to do or say in this time? And whatever that is, see what happens. But here's what I know for a fact. There is no way that any of us are going to be more like Jesus unless we do things the way that Jesus did things. And he prayed and he simply asked his Father what he should do. So let's try to do that and we'll see how it goes.